back, The Grand Reset, with our new host, Renata Singh.
Hey, it's your girl Renata, and you can join me and my special guests every Tuesday from 12:15 to 1 p.m. as we touch on issues that impact women of all ages, from knowing your worth and identity in Christ, fostering godly relationships, beauty, fashion, maintaining a healthy lifestyle, and more. And of course, we bring a biblical perspective to every discussion.
It's Woman of Promise, The Grand Reset, every Tuesday from 12:15 to 1 p.m. on Isaac 98.1 FM. Sponsored by Furniture Plus.
A happy home for mom starts with Furniture Plus. Save up to 50% off furniture and up to 30% off appliances. Enjoy free gifts and free delivery with select purchases. Plus, pay just $1 down on credit plans. Don't wait. Visit Furniture Plus today.
I am Renata Singh and welcome to Woman of Promise. It's May. That means we're talking all things mothers this month, for the entire month. That's over the next couple of weeks. We're kicking things off today, talking about just the foundation of motherhood. We're going to be touching on the nurturing, sacrifice, love, and emotional strength of a mother, and also navigating that responsibility when you have children, because it'd be tough out here sometimes. So I've heard I'm not a mom, so I am going to be learning quite a lot today, I am pretty sure. And joining me in studio today is my very special guest, Mrs. Michelle Ellis and Miss Makeba Jameson. Welcome to the program, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
I am so excited to have you guys with us today. Now, again, we're talking all things mothers, and I know you guys would be sharing from your own personal experiences, but very briefly before we kick off the meat of the discussion, tell us a little bit about yourself. Very short.
I'm a person who is just passionate about the Lord and everything that has to do with Christ. Anything that Christ is, anywhere Christ is, that's where I want to be.
We should all be. Yeah?
So it starts off there, and I think everything else flows from there. I am the mother of 3 young men, all teenagers.
Wow.
Right.
What are their ages?
19, 17, and 13.
Okay.
Yeah, the last one just wrote the C exam. Right. So I also am a fashion designer.
Ooh, I mean, I can see it. Just if you guys are tuning in online, you know what I'm talking about. She's dressed up. Love it.
Right. Yes, I'm a fashion designer, dressmaker, but I'm also passionate about other things like cooking, hospitality. I love to serve the needy. I like to do that kind of thing. I also have a charity called OTAS.
Nice.
So we feed the homeless and anybody who we can tell is in need.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes it's not always homeless. Sometimes it's caretakers, sick people. So wherever we can fill a need with a meal, that's what we do. So I love to cater, that kind of thing. I like to decorate. I have many talents, and I like to employ them to bless people.
I love that.
So
and you?
Hi, well, thank you for having me on the program. I am a mother of 2. My older daughter, she's 24.
Okay.
And the other one is 18,
okay.
writing exam right now. So,
oh, wow.
Yes,
and that comes with a pressure on you as well, right?
Yes,
it's like you're writing the exam too.
Like I'm writing the exam. Also an entrepreneur into events, and dedicated to the Lord. At least I have recommitted my life to Him, and my purpose, my objective is to make sure that I help others to understand more about the kingdom.
I love that. And there's a reason why. Usually I would, introduce and give the whole bio when I'm introducing you, but there's a reason why I asked you guys to give a little bit about yourselves, because quite often when we hear the term mother, we're like, okay, yeah, mother, you guys stay at home and take care of the kids. That's the traditional concept of what a mother does, right? But here we have you guys doing the most. As are many other mothers. You wear many hats.
Yes.
Yeah. And sometimes that we're going to get into the how complex motherhood is in this day and age later on in the discussion. But I think it's important for us to kind of start on the foundation, defining what motherhood is. And I think that's important because in our culture there are expectations of what a mother is, how a mother should be, and in a world where roles are often shifting and society's expectations, etc., sometimes shifting, we want to find out from you guys, from the ones that have the experience. What would you guys say is motherhood?
Well, if I could jump in on
Sure.
this one. It's nurturing,
Okay.
and that comes with a lot of responsibility because we have to think of the child not as an extension of ourselves, but as an individual
Okay.
with their own dreams, goals, aspirations. And in the nurturing part that we play is really to help them to navigate, to be able to find that, their niche.
Yeah.
Right? And I've looked at my children. I mean, it's just two girls, but they're so different, so uniquely different in the way that they process the world. But in the nurturing, you have to provide support. You have to harness their creativity, right? I remember, and I'm stepping out here a little bit to see. I remember when the younger one wanted to be a mermaid, and the sister said, "Listen, that's not an occupation."
Listen.
Yes.
Listen, I may challenge her.
Yeah.
I went to an aquarium and there was a mermaid in that tank, and it is an occupation.
So she was like, get it together. At least, in our culture.
I know. I'm just teasing.
And as you have all of this happening. So she wanted to be a surgeon. She wanted, the different stages, and you would buy the props or the toys or put them into the different, groups, or is ballet and all kinds of things, just to be able to harness, And I think all of that is part of the nurturing process. It's about setting the right role models, giving them access to information, education, but most importantly, it's about grounding them spiritually, right? Now, I figured that being a good citizen was enough for most of my life, so they were very good. You make sure that you put your garbage in the bin, and you respect your elders and so on. But when it comes to being able to handle most of life's challenges, the core, that has to be, you understand, it has to be
the spiritual
grounded
aspect
in the spiritual. And it's because we are triune, so it's body, soul, spirit. So if we provide for them, educationally, and we make sure that they have access to, good schools, good many other things, right? And we make sure their health, they have all their medication is up to par and so on. But then we don't help them to deal with issues, and then spiritually we don't teach them who Christ is. So that they can turn, that's their rock, that's their fortress in time of trouble, then they'll fall apart. You see?
Wow.
So.
And what would you say if you had to define motherhood?
Motherhood. I would say that motherhood, first of all, has changed me as a person.
Okay.
I had to learn a lot of humility. I had to learn to listen more and talk less.
Okay.
Right? What I remember, I was trying to almost impose my dreams and what I think that I wanted my children to become.
Because we all have the ideal, right, in our mind.
Right?
And
then we would have, when our parents were raising us, they had a particular way they were doing it.
Absolutely.
But now this generation is much different. And what God had to do to help me to, what I would say, pack down a bit, was He reminded me that before He formed them in my womb, He knew them.
Okay. There
And
we go.
He had a plan and an assignment.
That's better than
everything. He already set their whole life in motion before I even had them. Right?
Yeah.
So now, for me, it means checking in with Him,
Okay.
the Heavenly Father, to find out, okay, what's the instruction concerning this. What do you want to see happen in this situation, with this challenge, with this plan? So I consult the Heavenly Father to find out how, because basically he reminded me that I am keeping them for him.
Okay.
I was used to bring them here.
Yes.
So while they're here, I have to keep checking in with him to find out what his plan is for them.
Okay.
Because he reminded me, yes, they are my children, but they belong to him.
Okay.
So that has restructured the entire way
Yes.
I parent,
Wow.
as opposed to when I started.
Yeah. And I think that is the interesting thing, right? I think for me as a child, one of the things I've had to grow into is kind of understand, hey, we can be hard on our parents sometimes, harsh on our parents, but this is your first time being a mother. You didn't have like a trial run before. You are just on a journey as well. And I love that you guys were brave enough to share those very real experiences that you've had.
And I just want to add
Yeah,
well
sure.
that Makeba talked about, having to learn how to parent because of our own experiences would have been different. So I think when you ask for a definition of motherhood and I said nurturing, I want to also add educating ourselves on that same journey because I had to go to for counseling.
Okay.
I had to read books. I had to follow a lot of role models, people that I thought they got it. And
Yes.
so I wanted to understand what exactly were they doing right that was different to the way that I had been brought up. You see?
Was there something that kind of prompted you to take that route?
Yes, because when I was growing up, my mom, she's still alive and everything, but it's my way or the highway,
Yeah.
right? And like I said, my children, they're individuals. They have their own dreams and aspirations.
Yes.
And I realized that the my way or highway
Wasn't working. Yeah.
You understand? It wasn't working. So what exactly did I need to do? And so I thought, let me educate myself. Because so as they grow, I didn't want to damage these products. I don't,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
gifts.
These individual, these gifts
Yeah.
that the Lord had, given me. So sometimes some parents get it late and they've already done the damage to their children by, neglecting them, by not setting the right examples, by not putting boundaries in place. Right, but I was learning one step ahead of them. They thought, mommy is great, she's doing the best job, but they didn't know. Like Makeba was saying, Lord, what do I do now? How do I handle this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll just give one example. I remember working with my last son. This is pre-SE.
Okay.
And we had a particular topic to work on. And I had to do an entire shutdown of old parenting, what I would have known. And in the moment, because to be honest, I was getting very stressed. And when you get to that point where you're trying to get the child to do a particular thing, you're not getting that cooperation in the moment. Your default setting is to shout or to be rough.
Yes.
I looked at my son. I said, 1 minute, I'm coming back.
Yeah.
I went in my room and I knelt down and prayed.
Okay.
I knelt down. I said, Lord, I say, that's your son outside there. I need you to talk to him.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't seem to be hearing me. He's not getting what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I kid you not. I got up off my knees. I went back outside and my son was doing everything he was supposed to do.
Wow.
And
Listen.
that is the level of dependency you need to have on the Creator when you are raising, especially this generation.
Listen, I feel like that is a lesson, not just for parenting, but for life. Because we are wired to respond. It's like react. So it's like, something happened. Oh my gosh, because here's what. You are feeling what you are feeling in the moment, right? And it's very real emotions you're dealing with. It takes a level of maturity, one, and self-control. Let's talk about that. Self-control.
Yes.
To say, hey, I am feeling all these things. I have every reason to be feeling the way that I'm feeling, but I'm not going to react. I'm not going to respond. And it comes back to the point that you made earlier. They belong to him. The kids belong to him. So why not turn to him? When you don't have the answers or solutions, God may.
Yeah.
And he always does. That's the point, yeah? But we're going to go to a short break. When we come back, we continue this discussion. This is going really well, guys. I think I'm really absorbing quite a lot. You guys are perhaps preparing me for motherhood a bit. We'll be right back.
Women of Promise is back. The Grand Reset with our new host, Renata Singh.
Hey, it's your girl Renata, and you can join me and my special guests every Tuesday from 12:15 to 1 p.m. as we touch on issues that impact women of all ages, from knowing your worth and identity in Christ, fostering godly relationships, beauty, fashion, maintaining a healthy lifestyle, and more. And of course, we bring a biblical perspective to every discussion.
It's Women of Promise, the Grand Reset, every Tuesday from 12:15 to 1 p.m. on Isaac 98.1 FM. Sponsored by Furniture Plus.
A happy home for mom starts with Furniture Plus. Save up to 50% off furniture and up to 30% off appliances. Enjoy free gifts and free delivery with select purchases. Plus, pay just $1 down on credit plans. Don't wait. Visit Furniture Plus today.
Welcome back to Women of Promise. If you're now joining us, it's Mother's May. We are celebrating moms and mother figures, and joining me is Mrs. Michelle Ellis and Miss Makeba Jameson. We're talking all the mom stuff.
Yeah.
So let's shift a little bit. What is one thing you would say that's kind of changed, or you did not expect before you became a mother? I feel like it's probably not one thing.
That's a big one. You go first.
I can't even chime in here, guys, because I don't have no experience in
That
this.
would have
Changed, shifted, or something that you just did not, like, you didn't prepare for, like.
Okay, so I guess that leads me to discuss being, because I don't like to use this term, but I am a single parent because that's the relatable term, but I don't think of myself as a, as a single parent because I parent with the Lord.
Okay.
Right? So that's why, to me, that title, it doesn't sit well with me, I guess.
Yes.
Because I get support.
Yeah.
I get support from the Creator. So, but what I would say is when I would have started the journey, I would have been married at the time.
Okay.
So I was doing it with, my partner, but now I am single parenting. Well, so-called.
Yeah. We just use the term for understanding.
Right. I am, and it has taught me a level of dependency, a great level of dependency and humility, as I was saying before. So, for instance, when you become a single mom, one of the things people tell you is you are both mother and father at the same time. They love that is a Trinism.
Yeah,
and
we wear it like a badge.
Yes, you mother and father. And for a while, I took that on.
Okay.
I took on that, and it was a burden I could not carry because
you weren't meant to carry
it. I was not created to be a father.
Exactly.
So I think that's where my reliance on the Heavenly Father, the Supreme Father, came from. What that did is it restructured the way I parent, in that, as I said, there's a lot of dependency. I depend a lot on God for guidance. What would have shifted also was when you're not a mother, a lot of your decisions you make based on what suits you.
Right.
Right? So what works for me in the moment. What I want to eat, where I want to go, what
Absolutely.
I want to buy.
That I could
what
kind of
makes
connect
me-
to.
right? What makes me feel good at the drop of a hat, a friend call,
Yeah.
you jump, you run, you
Exactly,
go out, you go,
uh-huh.
there. For instance, I had to go do something on Sunday morning, and usually if I was a single person, I'd just pick up and go.
And go, uh-huh.
But before I left, it was, wait, what are they going to eat when they wake up? What are they going So
Yes.
I had to stop, cook. Then I remember, wait, laundry needs to be done, you know?
Yes.
So it's a little, you become, I don't want to use the word selfish, but you have to consider every decision you make
Affects.
and the outcome or the effect on the children.
Yes.
So every decision you make, every single one is, when I do this, how would it, your finances, everything. If you want to buy a shoe, anything you're doing, you consider. Also, even as I speak about finances, you know, the Bible talks about a righteous man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. So even the way you manage money, you know, you're thinking about that generation to come.
It's not just your
So-
children, correct? It's
Mhm.
the continuation
Yeah,
or
exactly.
the legacy you leave.
So all these things play in your just your daily decision making. So sometimes you wanna throw caution to the wind, and you see that shoe and you that thing you want to do, but then you think, you know what? You know, I need to be more responsible with my
Yeah.
financial decisions, so more planning and so things like that. Everything you're doing, I think you immediately you consider them. Everything you eat, you know, they're always on your mind. Your
Yeah.
children just, I don't know about anybody else, but they are on my mind all the time and everything. Well, next to Jesus. Jesus first, of course, but as I said, when I'm doing things, it's just I'm always considering the impact.
It's not something that you switch off.
No.
You're a mom, full
From
stop.
the time you get up
Correct.
to the time you close your eye,
Yeah.
you're lying in bed and you're going, what's for breakfast? What are you going to give the children for lunch? What you Yeah.
How do you navigate that? Because that could be a lot.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm just going to piggyback a little bit because I want
sure.
to just say as well that pre-motherhood, I lived my life for myself
Okay.
and I didn't consider anybody or anything, just my happiness. Like, you know, she talked
Yeah.
about finances, etc. But I realized that you have these innocent faces looking at you, questioning and hoping and expecting that you would guide them. You understand? They get
Okay.
up in the morning and they're in the crib and they're trusting that you'd bring the milk, you know, that you would change them, that you would be there for them and you would be nurturing and loving and so on, that you would speak into their lives.
Yeah.
And that changed me. It at first it broke me because that's not my experience. Because when I was growing up,
Yeah.
I didn't actually have that kind of nurturing. So I had to learn how to do that for my children, for my girls, and to be there for them and to wake up and to be responsible and to say, listen, I'm actioning that I'm a mother today. I'm choosing. Just like you know, people say love is a decision.
Yeah.
Being a mother is a decision. It is a decision that you make. And once you make it, you can unmake it. You understand?
It's something you have to do
you have
deliberately every day.
Every day.
Every moment too.
Every moment. So you're in terms of your finances, how am I going to spend? What am I going to allocate? What am I going to prioritize? And I know that they're watching, so I had to change. Because they're watching the way that I spend money, they're watching the decisions that I make, the people that I help. And now I see my older daughter. Sometimes I want to ask her for money borrowed because she's that good with it. You understand?
okay.
With her finances.
You did a real good job.
Yeah, she doesn't play, right? And I want to say that publicly. She does not play.
Oh,
right?
nice.
So much so that at her age now, she has her own car.
Lovely.
You understand? So she's very responsible, very mature, very focused. And I had to be intentional in what I was teaching them.
Yeah.
Right? The younger one as well, very dedicated. Sometimes I would start things that I'd be frustrated because I'm trying to navigate social media and platforms and I don't know what to do. And just before I quit, because I want to, I think, okay, she's watching. And she says, no, Mom, you could do this. And she would help me. And then I finish it, not so much because I still want to, but because I know she's watching.
Yes.
You understand?
Okay, got you.
Yeah,
Your
she's-
motivation to keep going,
to keep
right?
going. Yeah, and also setting, I never had to set boundaries before. I have to do that now.
Okay.
You understand? To help myself. but
Tell
to
us what
help-
those boundaries may look like in a practical sense.
With respect to times going out, times
Okay.
coming in,
Mhm.
for myself, I have to do that for them, because if I'm coming back in an hour and 3 hours later I'm in the mall, Mommy, where are you? I'm in the
Yes.
mall.
Okay.
If you understand, I have to be responsible, because they're depending on me emotionally. Maybe there are other activities that they have to do. I need to show up for their activities. So those boundaries are boundaries of respect, right? Boundaries of morality.
Wow, that's a really interesting point, because we would usually speak about respect from going one way, so from the children to the parents.
Yeah.
But then,
Yeah, but what I just to piggyback off of that, accountability.
Yes.
okay,
And this generation, listen, you can't, long ago, parents did what they wanted. And
Yes,
they had
you
to
can't ask
answer
questions.
To no one.
exactly.
I would say, especially my middle son, listen, this long ago they had this kind of do as I say and not as I do.
Mm-hmm.
No. That's not going to fly in this 2026 era that we're living in here.
Right.
Listen, they are like surveillance cameras, and you have to carry your card straight. And
Right.
if it is you come and you're telling them something and it's a double standard, now what I've
They will call you out
created-
on it, right?
they call
Right, so I've created a space where my children can tell me how
Okay.
they feel respectfully.
Okay.
They
Yes.
must be respectful. But I don't want them to be repressed young men, because we
Okay.
have a lot of repressed youth,
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
right?
Yes.
So they have a space that they can come and they can say, Mommy, I don't like this, respectfully. This happened, and there's also a system at times where they have to comply and then complain.
Okay.
Because this is at times not a democracy.
Yes.
Right,
Yes.
exactly. So I was just about to ask, where do you find the balance? Because yes, we want to create that space where children can come to us as adults and say, hey, XYZ, or I feel XYZ about, or even call us out, like you're saying, in a respectful way. But how do we balance that respect and, hey, when there may be moments you may need to put your foot down?
I would say that comes with age.
Okay.
So that's why I started off by saying that I had to learn, I had to educate myself.
Yeah.
Because between certain ages, there's certain expectations.
Okay.
And even in the dynamics of the relationship, how they relate to me.
Yes.
They're in preschool, you drop them off, they kiss you, and you send them with their bag, and
Yes.
they're all excited, and they're waving at the schoolyard, right? And I saw a demonstration of this live. Couple years ago, this young man, I think would have been like Form 1, and his mom was there at the school gate brushing his hair and fixing his shirt, and he was uncomfortable.
Yes, secondary school is a
yeah,
no.
it's a
Don't kiss
no-no,
me.
don't kiss me,
Don't
don't-
even watch in my direction. Drop me off and leave.
But then, so I looked at my daughter, and she said, don't even try that, and we laughed, and now the years have passed, and when I come now, I'm interacting with her, even when the other one was in university,
Yeah.
and we're talking, there is this casualness, we sit over drinks, and we're laughing and
Yeah.
talking, so you have to watch the ages
Okay.
as you, and the levels of
Yeah.
accountability will be different. What they share with you depends on the level of trust. So if I have my phone always locked and they can't,
Yes.
so if sometimes I'm talking to a man and my daughter's like, who's that? And I was like, oh, that is, Mr.
Yes.
Carl or
Yeah.
whatever. Oh, that's the one from so-and-so? Yeah. And you're honest and truthful. Then when they're sharing normal, because there's nothing to
Exactly.
hide, nothing.
Yeah.
You understand? So there's accountability, yes, but there's also that trust, and there's the recognition that we are transitioning through different ages, different stages, and different expectations.
Yes.
Right? I have to give them their privacy. I don't just barge into their room.
Okay.
I knock.
Okay.
Before I go in, and I let them know I'm coming, because I expect them to do the same thing with me. Don't just walk into my bedroom,
Okay.
right? Even though they still sometimes
Yes,
do,
they do. They
but
do.
but they
They
come
do.
in knocking, because they understand, hey, we have to respect this space. They need
Yeah.
there's an order, setting order is important, as well.
And I think I could relate, like, just reflecting, my mom had similar interactions with us growing up, and one of the ones that comes to mind now is her handbag. Y'all, I see children normal going in their parents' handbag, and I'm like, why are you doing that? You need to ask permission. So up to this day, I will not go in my mother handbag just so. She have to be like, hey, go here and get XYZ. Like, for example, my husband, he has a different relationship with his mother, so he cannot go in his mom handbag normal. So I remember when we just started courting, I used to just see homeboy going in his mom bag for like normal little things like a gum or something. I'm like, what are you doing? Are you trying to get in trouble? What's going on? Like, ask permission. But that's just to show you, everybody grow their children up with different
cultures.
Yeah, that culture is one, but that order may be taught in different ways. But totally understand. Like, I to this day, I don't go in my mother
to
handbag.
repress them or suppress them.
Of course.
It's just to let them know that there's order and your functionality in the society, in the space.
Exactly.
Read the room. I think it teaches children emotional intelligence.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So they know, okay, the dynamics. So you understand now your husband can do that. You don't
Exactly.
do it. But you understand and you appreciate that this is also an alternative, right?
Exactly.
That exists.
Exactly. It's not like, oh, you can't do this or this is bad or wrong even. It's just, you're right. But we're going to go to another short break. When we come back, we wrap up this discussion. It's going so lovely, ladies. We'll be right back.
Woman of Promise is back. The Grand Reset with our new host, Renata Singh.
Hey, it's your girl Renata, and you can join me and my special guests every Tuesday from 12:15 to 1 p.m. as we touch on issues that impact women of all ages, from knowing your worth and identity in Christ, fostering godly relationships, beauty, fashion, maintaining a healthy lifestyle, and more. And of course, we bring a biblical perspective to every discussion.
It's Woman of Promise, the Grand Reset, every Tuesday from 12:15 to 1 p.m. on Isaac 98.1 FM. Sponsored by Furniture Plus.
A happy home for mom starts with Furniture Plus. Save up to 50% off furniture and up to 30% off appliances. Enjoy free gifts and free delivery with select purchases. Plus, pay just $1 down on credit plans. Don't wait. Visit Furniture Plus today.
Welcome back to Women of Promise. We're wrapping up this conversation, but I see we've got some comments from our Facebook stream from Jeline. He's agreeing with you. Makeba, she's saying yes, they are on loan to us from him. So that's our kids. Someone else is saying great information, and yes, we must take it before God. I guess she's also responding to your points where you went in the room and was kneeling, praying, asking God to help. Really love you guys chiming in on the discussion. We do encourage such. We're going to wrap up this conversation, but I want you guys to speak to the woman that may be struggling with self-neglect and that constant giving of yourselves, because you don't switch off.
I would say I learned a concept a couple of years ago called burnt toast syndrome.
Okay.
And I realized that it's simple. If you're making breakfast and you put the bread in the toaster and it burns, you will eat that one and you would give the good slices to your kids, your family, your husband, whatever. And I've done that for so long, right, that I don't actually know how to not do that.
Okay.
Right? And my children have learned by the grace of God, and as Makeba said, going before him and praying and asking for guidance, how to have empathy, because they've seen, I've had to, like I said, 10 toes down, model what I want from them.
Okay.
And so they have empathy, they help the needy, they do things, right? But they value themselves, and they've been teaching me. So there comes a point where we learn from our children. If the Bible says train up a child in the way that, he should go, and when he's old, he will not depart from it.
But I'm sure that takes a measure of humility.
It does, right? Because when you want to snatch them and send them through the window, right? You just you go, you pray, you say, Lord, help me here. And because I don't want to become my mother. You understand? I want to be different, and that's why I said counseling, workshops, training, reading, and so on. So you avail yourself to different information.
Okay.
And so what happens is, in this particular season, women who are going through it, giving, have to understand that the boundary is not just like we discussed earlier in terms of the parenting with the respect and trust and all of that, and morality, but the boundary is also, when am I going to serve myself? So I would suggest a day off. As in, if you have a young baby, you can't really say, okay, I'm switching off with you, I'm not going to nurse you, I'm not going to feed you. But there will be times that's why you need a network, a family support, a group that can help you. You need other women who understand. You need women around the grandparents, the parents, if they are capable of assisting, so that you can carve out time. And that time has to be prioritized, because you need time for yourself, you need time with God. Right, so you have to decide, this time is sacred for me. Go do your hair, do your nails. One thing I always held on to, and all the years, regardless of what is happening, maybe my nails will be busted, but I'm doing my hair. Every month I am doing my hair, you understand? Yes. And so so you kind of have to prioritize yourself and say, these are the things that I'm willing to compromise or negotiate on, and this is what I'm not negotiating on. Your children also learn that, and they begin now in like manner to say, okay, no, this is my me time, this is, so, and if you can't afford a lot of the services and the activities, then make them for yourself. Buy your own foot spa, soak your feet while you watch a movie. You could pop your own corn at home.
Absolutely.
You understand? This is uninterrupted time. This is my me time. It's between 9 and 10, and eventually the children learn, and they open the door and they're like, okay.
They know that's
and then they leave, you understand?
Absolutely.
And I'm saying that because sometimes it's not economically possible to do fancy things.
Yes.
But you can find a way to do simple things, you understand?
Yes.
And do it in a way that is respectful and in a way that is supportive, so they understand what's happening. I'm not pushing you away, but I do need to have this time for me to develop, for me to read, so that I can better parent you, so I can better understand and relate with you. You see? So I think the rule of the me time is important, because if not, we will just compromise ourselves.
I think one of the things that I hear quite often from a lot of young moms is, kind of feeling like they've lost themselves a bit. Can you speak some sort of encouragement or give some sort of advice?
So, when I did therapy, because I did do therapy for a season, and there are some tools that I got in therapy, and this is what I would share. The first one is, but I've heard this is a common one on social media, about putting on your mask. If there's an issue on a plane, putting your mask on, your oxygen on first. And we have to remember that in order, as women, because we are porous by nature, we are helpers.
Correct. We're not putting on that mask first.
Right.
We're putting it on first.
And then when you pass out, you drop down. What happens to the very people
that you care about,
you're neglecting yourself for? So consider it. So that's first thing, right? The other thing is, we like a vehicle, 4 parts of that vehicle, right? So 4 tires, on that vehicle. We are social, spiritual, mental, physical. And self-care is important, and we need to attend to make a conscious effort, because not everybody into beauty, but they may like to socialize. If you like to socialize, make time and hang out with your girlfriends, right? Make
Okay.
some time. I remember I was going through something and a girlfriend, she just called and say, hey, let's go get some ice cream. And we sit and eat a DQ, not advertising, but we sit and eat an ice cream, and that would make me feel so much better.
Yeah.
So sometimes, yes, there are things you can do at home, but sometimes just going for a walk.
Yeah.
Just get up and go for a walk. Just go get some sunlight.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing is making sure that you take some time for yourself, some quiet.
Okay.
Take some time for quiet, and you don't always have to be entertained all
Okay.
the time. Time with the Lord could just be sitting
Yes.
still and listening, because sometimes life has a lot of noise.
It does.
You have your children, you have social media, you have your co-workers, you have business, whatever you're doing. And your mind is running over time.
Mhm.
So you can get to the point of overwhelm.
Yes.
And that's when you're irritable.
Or
that's
even
when
overstimulated as well.
Yes. And I have found, especially at the beginning of this year, by just switching everything off, somehow things end up in perspective,
Okay.
right? And the last thing, and this is another tool I got from therapy. Do I have to do this now? Can somebody else do this?
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah.
You understand? And prioritize. Sometimes we feel we need to take over the world in one day.
Mm.
If you have to clean, choose a room.
Okay.
Do that room.
Yeah.
Another day, choose another room. Do that
Yeah.
room. Sometimes there are things you are doing and you have very able, capable children who can do it. Let them do it.
Okay.
Yes.
Let them do it. Let the people around you help you.
Mm.
Stop refusing help and telling yourself they're not going to do it as good as me. That's okay.
It's true.
Let
That's
them,
true, yes.
let them do it. Let them.
Yes.
Listen.
That's how they'll learn,
That's how
right?
they learn,
Sometimes I would
yes.
give my sons certain pots, sometimes if you wash some pots.
Yeah.
And you know how you like to scrub those
Correct.
pots.
Yes.
I give them the pots to wash. And I will circle back. And if I see they missed a spot, I will just give it a little quick clean off. But that is okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Let them wash the pots.
Yes.
Eventually they'll get good at it.
Yeah.
My eldest son, he had a part-time job in a restaurant. He said, Mommy, I'm so glad you teach me to wash dishes.
Oh, okay.
Mommy, I'm so glad, because the skills that
Correct.
I taught him, he was able to use it.
Yes.
So all these things, just don't feel like you have to take over the world and be a superhero.
And do it all.
Yes.
And it's okay to say, I need help.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's okay to accept help. We always pour us. Let people pour into you for a change.
That
Yes.
is the thing.
Let
Yes.
people pour
That is the
into
thing.
you.
You can't pour
Yes.
from an empty cup. That's something we always hear, right?
Stop saying, I okay, when you know you're not okay.
Because
Yeah.
the children are watching.
And they
we-
know.
Yes, and they know when you're not, because you begin to act stress and you say things that
Absolutely.
you shouldn't say.
Yeah,
We have to
yeah.
teach them empathy. We have to teach them that the emotional self is important. You know.
I think one of the things that I'm so grateful that you ladies shared is just recognizing when you guys needed help along the journey, recognizing and also being mature enough to say, hey, I've been exposed to a particular way of parenting that I don't really want my children to grow up with, and then exposing yourself, yes, to the information, to people that have done this
Yes.
in ways that you admire, etc. Also, too, just going for therapy and trying to, because let's be real, we have our own personal issues and traumas and things that if we don't deal with, it comes out in relationships, as it would also with just our way and style and method of parenting. I just want to thank you guys so very much for taking the
It's a
time
pleasure.
and just being very vulnerable and honest with those of us, myself included, those of us listening, and me. I am really, really grateful for
You're welcome.
Thank
for you guys
having
sharing.
me. Thank you for
Thank you
having
for the
us.
opportunity.
Absolutely, you guys. We continue celebrating moms and mother figures all of this month. I'll catch you guys next week, same time, same place. Take care.
Straight out the bottom hand, so I say,
Promise is back. The Grand Reset with our new host, Renata Singh.
Hey, it's your girl Renata, and you can join me and my special guests every Tuesday from 12:15 to 1 p.m. as we touch on issues that impact women of all ages, from knowing your worth and identity in Christ, fostering godly relationships, beauty, fashion, maintaining a healthy lifestyle, and more. And of course, we bring a biblical perspective to every discussion.
It's Woman of Promise, the Grand Reset, every Tuesday from 12:15 to 1 p.m. on Isaac 98.1 FM. Sponsored by Furniture Plus.
A happy home for mom starts with Furniture Plus. Save up to 50% off furniture and up to 30% off appliances. Enjoy free gifts and free delivery with select purchases. Plus, pay just $1 down on credit plans. Don't wait. Visit Furniture Plus today.
Isaac